Okay, so we have round 4 coming up for you. Mike Jensen, who's been on a couple of feature matches before, he's still playing the same deck. He's playing Junk Rites. But the deck on the left-hand side of your screen is a Prime Speaker Bant deck, which we have not yet had on feature match, and I have high hopes for. He played against a Junk deck last round, and barely lost. If the game had gone probably one turn longer, he would have had it.
Well, that's exciting.
So let's see, Mike Jensen's going to be on the right-hand side of your screen here, and crap, I don't remember his name. I'll be right back.
Alright, looks like a mole on one side.
Sam Michels will be on the left-hand side of your screen with the interesting deck.
It looks like Sam Mole, so...
That's unfortunate. You always want to see a feature match 7 cards on 7 cards. But if you can't keep it, you can't keep it. Did we see what he had?
No.
Because one of the things that I'd like to see is a little bit more of the thought process behind deciding when to mulligan and when to keep. Generally what I go by is, when I look at my opening 7, is a random 6 cards from my deck going to be better than this? Unfortunately, once you start going below 6, there's less and less that you can expect from a hand.
Then you run into the issue of, well, do I mulligan or do I just take this and deal with it? Mulling down to 3 is like, If it sucks, you're kind of stuck with it either way, because you can't mull further than that.
In a 3-card hand, you better have the nut.
Yeah.
Basic land, Mana Dork, nothing we haven't seen before from Junk Rites. Did he draw? I don't think I saw Sam draw. So Junk coming out a little bit slower here. No Grizzly Savage, no Mulch, no turn 2, 3 mana drop like a Loxodon Smiter, which we've seen in some Junk decks. And a Farseek, which is going to help Sam out some here. What do you know about the matchup between these two decks? Any of the Bant decks and the Junk Rites?
I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen them play against each other a whole lot.
I haven't either.
I mean, I saw the Bant deck play against a lot of America Control and America mid-range decks a while back, but that was really before the second coming, as you will, of Junk Rites.
Yeah.
Alright, so in my hand we see a Sever the Bloodline, which is an interesting main deck choice. Usually that's a sideboard card. And a Restoration Angel. Is that an Angel of Serenity at the bottom of your screen there?
I think it might be a second Resto, but you could be right.
Gavany Township for the Bant deck. That makes a lot of sense with Prime Speaker.
Ta-da!
So he plays Garruk and passes the turn?
Really? Yeah?
The Restoration Angel at the end of turn. Probably going to come in, and I think we're going to see that Garruk go away.
Yeah.
It's pretty dangerous to leave around.
I'm a little surprised that he didn't just use it, but...
I suppose if nothing else, it's a one-turn fog. It's an expensive fog.
Yeah.
Also, Mike needs to keep the pressure on here with the Pilgrim by attacking, so he's not going to play anything at 5 mana here. He does have a very response-heavy hand, though, with the Severed Bloodline and another Restoration Angel. It's not precisely what you want to see.
There's the Smiter.
It's going to provide a roadblock for that Pilgrim. Farsi finding land is never a bad thing for this Bant deck. Loves getting lots of mana. Playing large Sphinx's Revelations or a Prime Speaker with, at this point it would be with 4 counters on it to draw 5 cards. I don't remember seeing if this was the version that plays the Laboratory Maniacs.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I like that version.
Where the aim of the deck is to just draw your cards as fast as possible and play a Laboratory Maniac to win the game.
It's gonna hurt to stop because I have no idea what's in his hand right now.
Well, there's something blue and something green.
Well, that's good. At least it's got 2 more townships.
Yeah. Townships have their uses, but 4 of them is a little too many. You need 16 mana to use that effectively. Plus the townships.
Yeah.
So 20... effectively 20 mana to use 4 townships effectively. There's a Sever on the Smiter. Sam goes down to 14. And unfortunately, if he draws a Prime Speaker here, that's only going to be drawing him 1 card.
It'll probably be just another expensive fog.
Yeah. A 6 mana 1/1 is not terribly effective. Might as well be playing Elvish Visionary at that point. 2 mana for a 1/1 that draws 1 card.
Yeah.
Mike sees another basic land. Looks like he's still got that Restoration Angel there. And what's the other card? Did we decide what that was? Well, 4 mana. Restoration of his own. No triggers here. Block the Pilgrim. Keep him off of 7 mana. That could be a strategic decision here. It also leaves his angel free to block the Restoration Angel that's remaining in any of the following turns without taking any damage on the ground. I think that's probably the right decision. It's really hard to see what's in Sam's hand there.
What do you think he could use here?
Well, what I'd like to see is Prime Speaker come down right here. I'd like to see her come in and draw 4 cards. I think that would go a long way towards, rebuilding his board position and refilling his hand at the same time. A 4/4 on the ground is nothing to sneeze at. Even if it's a 4/4 for 6, it still drew you 4 cards when it came in. It did its job. I guess he says go. I do know his deck is playing at least 3 Sphinx's Revelations. Might be 4. Hope it's 4. He does kind of need the cards and the life right here. Land go.
Yeah.
Advent of the Worm making a 5/5 token Looks like he's just going to leave the card in play as... Nope.
The Naruto token!
Just a reminder that worm has 5 power, 5 toughness, and it tramples. Definitely a force to be reckoned with here. Prime Speaker? 6 mana? Nope. It is 7 mana. Angel of Serenity. Okay. Remove the 2 blockers. And crash in for 8. Seems like an okay play. Mike has his second Restoration Angel, of course, to block the Restoration Angel. So he takes 5. I think he's going to untap and play Sever the Bloodline here.
Yeah.
Flash it back. Take his Restoration Angel and his Arbor Elf back to his hand. Oh, he's just getting all the land here. He still has the responsive Sever, though. And he can play the Arbor Elf. Yep. He's right back. I think Sam still has a better board position here with that 5/5 Trampler. But all he needs to draw is a single card draw spell. And I think this game goes, pretty heavily tilted in Sam's favor at that point. If it's a Sphinx's Revelation, he draws 4 cards, gains 4 life. If it's a Prime Speaker, he draws 6 cards and gets the 6/6. He's definitely playing something. Frank Tusk? Activated Gavity Township. He's got a 6/6 Trampler and a 4/5 Flyer. I can't see that card. Yeah, it is a Grizzly Salvage. Is that a foil Angel of Serenity for Mike?
Might as well take this because it's pretty.
At one point in last week's matches, Herbie and I were talking about foils and the perceived tactical advantage that they give. Somebody played a foil Augur of Bola and then attacked with it the next turn. I said, well, because it's foil, that's 2 damage, right? Mike's got his own Angel of Serenity now. Gonna exile a Fiend Hunter from his graveyard and both of Sam's blockers. Well, that board position certainly
that was a nice
took a swing in the other direction there. He's looking at his graveyard. Did he just pull a Snapcaster Mage? Looks like he might be scooping them up.
Yeah, I think he just picked up.
Alright, so game 1 to Mike Jensen.
The weirdest scoop I've ever seen. Let me look at my graveyard and then take all my other cards. Yeah, I don't know if there was really anything that he could have done against Angel of Serenity.
No, not at that point. No, he needed to have some other creature in play and draw a Prime Speaker.
So sideboard, I don't know that Mike needs to bring in anything.
Yeah, I think he brings in Sin Collector. I think that can still hit Sphinx's Revelation or Azorius Charm or Selesnya Charm and be a value card. I think, what would come out for that? Thragtusk, probably.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. You don't need them here.
No.
However, for Sam, I would fully expect all of the Graveyard Hate ever to come in. I expect either Ground Seal or Rest in Peace, or both.
Mike's bringing in more steppers than most of it.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't think you need it.
No, I mean, your biggest removal spells are Fiend Hunter and Angel Serenity. Except for the Bloodline, it's something that you've got in there to take care of a massive army of one type of token.
Right. Something you bring in against Assembled Legion or something, you know.
Right.
Things like that, but...
Or even against an Esper control deck running a bunch of Lingering Souls.
Right.
It just seems like 7 mana to get rid of one creature is a little steep on the flashback. You know, even 4 mana to get rid of one creature. Perfectly acceptable and limited, a little bit less than optimal in constructed play. So Sam looks like he's sideboarding in at least 3 cards. He took out a Sigarda?
Yes.
So that means he had one main. Interesting. Usually usually we only see those in the sideboard. But I suppose, if it's good enough for the sideboard, it must be good enough for the main deck. There's nothing color specific about it. It's still a 5/5 flyer with hexproof.
Well, they've got the mana to pay for it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. That's another big fatty that flies.
And I suppose when the only flyers that you've seen on the other player's deck are Restoration Angels, a 5/5 flyer can get there.
Yeah.
It's going to go right through a 3/4 Restoration Angel. You should see them resetting their dice pretty soon. Going back to 20 life. It's a good idea to start there.
You think so?
Unless you're playing Vanguard.
No.
Which we absolutely need to cast at some point. I really want to see somebody have Captain Sisay as their Vanguard and play like a turn 3 Mind Twist for 7.
I want to cast 3-headed giant. Only because I haven't seen anybody play it since I was in high school.
3-headed giant?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So you've got 2 main heads, and then you've got 2 sides. How we played it is sides can attack sides, main head can't do anything, but you can split resources.
So, kind of like an Emperor game?
Yeah, exactly. It's
okay.
Just a different name for it.
We've had some Emperor EDH games going in the back room here. They get pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh. Well, Emperor is crazy enough, but then you have EDH. Like, what?
Especially when one of the decks in the middle, as the Emperor decks, is a combo deck. They have all the time in the world to build up without anybody
you can get your pieces
affecting them.
Whatever you want to.
Yep.
That makes sense. Chris had a snake deck, and it seriously must have had like 100 cards in it. And he always played middle head, like, well, why not?
I can pass these snakes to anybody I want.
Exactly. Well, then when one of your sides dies, you just swing in with Infinite Snake. He had the epic spell
sure.
in there. It's like, that Wrath of God was the only, like, big removal spell we were playing. So, like, God.
Now it's rare to see an EDH deck without some sort of mass removal spell.
Oh, yeah.
Several of them.
Yeah, a couple of them.
So did Mike take a mulligan there, go down to 6, and Sam kept his hand?
Yeah.
So we're going to have a reverse of last game. It's not the land you want to see on the junk side, though. You wanted to see a shock land there. Well, there's a shock. Mike goes to 18. Plays Farsi. Says go. I would assume to see a grizzly salvage here end of turn.
Not just a Uber, I take 2 damage.
3 mana, there's Smiter. Abrupt Decay. That's a card.
Not what I expected.
Smiter number 2. Not an Abrupt Decay this time.
That would be ridiculous.
Oh, but he did. I think he just milled 2 Abrupt Decays. That may have, in fact, been one of the cards that he sided in.
Yeah.
He hit 2 Abrupt Decays on that Grizzly Salvage. That is not a fun time. Fiend Hunter grabs Smiter.
Might as well. I think Mike has a Drag Tusk in hand too.
Have we seen any of Sam's hand here?
No. I keep trying. But no. Wow.
Exile battles.
That's cute.
Exile your dudes. No, exile that dude. Land Drag Tusk. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing a Drag Tusk. 5 life and a 5/3 that gets me a 3/3. Another Drag Tusk?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. See, now what I kind of wish we would have seen from Sam here is a Drag Tusk.
Yeah.
Drag Tusk battles, probably swings in, takes the 5, and the next turn plays the Prime Speaker, draws 6.
Yep. Sam is just not seeing what he wants.
He's not seeing any of the cards he wants to see.
Does not look happy with his hand.
Now, the 2/4/4s were a good start. Looking to trade with Drag Tusk? Exiled with Selesnya Charm. Okay. Mike takes 4. It's not what you want to see as Sam. Yep, take 3, 17. Well, we're at that 6 mana number. Do we see a Prime Speaker here? If he's got it, I don't think there's any reason not to play it. It does only come in as a 5/5, which still gets killed by a Thrag Tusk, but it's going to draw him 5 cards.
Yeah.
You find the answers by drawing cards.
Which he needs with the Thrag Tusk going to be started on.
He's running a bunch of Selesnya Charms. I do know that much. So, Thrag Tusk is definitely a... Why does he need to see Mike's graveyard here?
He's got his charm in hand.
Yep, okay. And looks like an Angel of Serenity. maybe doesn't play a Mana Dork?
No, I think he's going to play that Angel strategy he's got in his hand. I don't know why he wouldn't.
That's a Mana Dork. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Yeah, he definitely could have played the Angel there. What is he playing around? Is he trying to play around Celestia Charm? Get Sam to use whatever's in his hand, or maybe bait it out with the Thragtusk and then windmill slam the Angel?
As Mike, I would be nervous that he's got so much mana in his hand. Like, well, yeah, he's got Crucian there, but it's weird that he's just passing his turn. I'd be a little nervous on that.
Now, did Sam do anything at the end of Mike's turn? Did he activate Gavany Township?
Yeah, he Township.
Okay. So there's the potential here for Smiter to become a bigger threat than Mike could want to deal with.
Right.
There's only with only one more Township activation, he's a 6/6, and that's going to block the Thragtusk all day. Of course, with Mike's Angel of Serenity, neither here nor there. But I'm pretty sure I saw an Angel of Serenity in Sam's hand as well.
Angel of Serenity battle.
1 mana, another Mana Dork. He's definitely playing around something.
I can come through what
Yeah, he is nervous about something.
Sam does have an awful lot of cards in his hand. I think it's 5 compared to Mike's 3, 2, 3, something like that. But then, if he wants to play conservatively, why is he even playing out the Mana Dorks? If he's concerned about running into something,
why bother?
Yeah, why fill the board up?
They're both playing mind games. Who can outmind each other? Yeah.
So, are we in Mike's end step and Sam is contemplating whether to activate? No. Is Mike considering whether to attack here then?
He might be, yeah.
See, I don't know. With that Angel of Serenity in hand, there's no reason not to throw that Thragtusk into the mix.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I guess it was Sam's turn, and did he activate Blossom or the Gavany Township in turn? He must have, because I think that's a 2 on the Smiter. Acidic Slime, Restoration Angel, Blinks. That's not an Acidic Slime. That's a Fiend Hunter. 3 mana tap. It's got to be a Fiend Hunter. Can't see it because of the shine, but it's still there.
It's got to be a Fiend Hunter for no reason to link your Smiter with the Fiend that big.
But now that it's blinked, it comes back in without any +1/+1 counters on it, and is vulnerable again to Thragtusk.
And there it goes.
Sure, I'll take a 3/3 beast instead.
I think Sam's running into mana issues. I don't think he's played one for a while. Isn't it time?
Yeah, 6 mana. He's got Prime Seeker mana, but he doesn't have Angel mana. Is that a Primal Hunter I just saw him draw?
I don't know. No.
Well, that Mana Dork is certainly going to help him get up to 7 mana for Angel, but not if Mike plays his Angel here.
Which why wouldn't you? Then you free up your board to crush it around.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure if Mike wants to just play the long game here and draw it out. I don't think there's any reason for him to do that. I think at this point you just need to go for it. You've got your opponent at 12 life. He's got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 power on the board. So that was the Restoration Angel?
The Resto, yeah.
Blinking the Fiend Hunter, grabbing the Resto.
Yep.
And the team comes in for 6. So, if the Manadork blocks, we're going to have 3, 4, 5 damage come in. If he doesn't block... Oh, okay. Block flickers. No. No flickers. Just a flicker and a straight up block from the Restoration Angel. Takes 2, goes to 6. No. Takes 5, goes to 6. That doesn't make sense. He was at 12. Is there another damage in there somewhere? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There it is.
Mike says it's good.
Taking all your things.
I'll trade you all your guys back.
Right. Okay, I guess you can have it back.
Resto comes second. From Fiend Hunter flickers the elf. And now I think we're gonna see. That Angel of Serenity come out of Mike's hand. You still have that, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a Restoration Angel. It was an Angel of Serenity that we saw.
I wonder what those cards in Sam's hand are, because he's been sitting out the whole game.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, the first one that we've seen out of his hand.
Because it's like, why would you just use
Why wouldn't you play him before? Right. You know, as soon as you hit 6 mana, you can activate. Well, no. As soon as you hit 7 mana, you can activate Township and Farseek in the same turn. So you need to activate the Farseeks earlier. Yep. There's the Angel. Angel battles. 2 Restos and an Angel of Serenity.
You can have that little Resto.
Sam is still sandbagging that Selesnya charm.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. 3 consecutive turns, Angel of Serenity. That is a card, my friends.
I don't know why you would necessarily... Well, okay. Yeah, I know why you would bother, because obviously you don't want that stuff swinging across. But Mike's got a Fiend Hunter in his hand. So... Yeah.
Right, and you know he's got a Fiend Hunter in hand because...
You sent it there! Basically, you're just playing, like, let's put all our cards back in our hand and play the last 5 turns again.
Well, in a sense, it's just buying time for Sam at this point. He's drawing all the cards that he needs to be getting. So,
I guess from Sam's perspective, you just play Angel of Serenity battles until you finally get Prime. Obviously, he hasn't drawn it at this point.
Yeah.
And then you just win with that.
Yeah, because you just exile the other guy's Angel of Serenity. You play your Angel of Serenity, exile their other dudes.
Very tedious way to go about it.
So now the question on everyone's mind is, Did Sam draw another Angel of Serenity? Alright, so we got a Fiend Hunter and an Arbor Elf ready to swing in. Sam is still at 4 life.
Mike's drawn all that mana.
Swing in for 1.
In response.
Presto, Flicker Arbor Elf, block and kill Fiend Hunter. Get my angel back.
Play this game until these cards run out of my hand. Presumably, second main, Mike just plays his Angel of Serenity because he's putting it in the front of the table.
Yeah.
Just play that Jenkins again.
So 2 Loxodon fighters come under the Angel of Serenity this time. And the Mana Dork, because why not?
Take it? You know you want it.
Well, there's no reason not to at this point. It's just slowing Mike down. Angel, get your 3 guys.
I'm gonna take Drake Tusk.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna get the Angel of Serenity and the Strike Tusk and the Fiend Hunter.
What?
Exiled. Now we got it. In response to the trigger. Why weren't the Fiend Hunter and the Frag Tusk exiled? Unless he did it.
Yeah, he didn't do it the right time.
Well, to be perfectly honest, Mike would have grabbed his Angel of Serenity and the Frag Tusk and the Fiend Hunter. So I don't think you really want to exile all 3 of those. You don't want your Angel of Serenity to go away. But there still should have been some triggers that happened there, right? They still should have been exiled and then gone back to their owner's hands, right? And it's not a when this creature dies trigger, is it? Huh, I feel like there was something that was missed there.
Yeah, that didn't seem complete to me.
I'm going to go check and see exactly what happened there. Mike's going to play his Angel of Serenity here, so I want to get this correct as much as possible.
Yep.
I want to come on screen and be like, whoopsie!
Okay, so Selesnya Charm was played in response to the Enter the Battlefield trigger, not in response to the, Right, so Mike got to recheck on trigger resolution for which creatures he wanted to or not to exile, and he chose not to exile anything.
That makes sense.
So there's an Angel Serenity in play on both sides. There's, what, 2 Restos and a Thragtusk under Mike's, and 2 Smiters and an Elf under Sam's. Seems like a good time for a Prime Speaker Zagana. Looks like we've also had a Gavany Township activation, because that's a counter on the Angel Serenity, the +1/+1 counter. Well, pretty soon that Arbor Elf could be a threat. 6/7 Angel. That tells me he's got something else up his sleeve, because that 5/6 Angel could come back in the air for 5 damage. He's only at 4 life. Five minutes was just called, which means this match is either going to end in a draw, or Mike's going to pull it out 1-0. I don't see this game ending anytime soon, unless Sam managed to punch through. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of the Angels. Mike's going to have to say, okay. I don't think there's nothing he can do at instant speed to stop this. It may be a putrefy, but he's only got 2 mana up. 2 mana? Yep.
Which is, you know...
Hits another Angel. Takes the Angel of Serenity to his hand.
I don't even know what else it is.
So the 5/6 Angel didn't exile anything.
No.
But now this Angel is going to hit all 3.
Why don't you take your own Angel?
You could get all your stuff back. Mike shows an Unburial Rites and a Mulch, I think.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, all of your guys. And that means there's going to be a 5/6 Angel swinging in the air. Game? Tricks? No tricks. All the Angels. Angel battles for days, people. This is what happens when you find all the Angels. I think it's a pretty good thing that Restoration Angel cannot blink the Angel of Serenity. Could have gotten way worse there. Alright, so the Prime Seeker deck didn't do what we wanted it to do either. I am now 0 for 3, picking cool decks to do stuff on camera.
On the bright side, it still wasn't Junkrise versus Junkrise versus 5.
True.
We thought it was fine, just they didn't live up to the rest.
We didn't have the outcome that we were looking for. Sorry, guys. So after all the Angel battles, another Angel.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, another Angel of Serenity. Oh. Progenitor Mimic, rest in peace.
Oil Progenitor Mimic and all that.
What's that blue card? Clone? Yeah, it's Clone. So Progenitor Mimic and Clone for the rest of the Angels. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, not a bad performance from Sam there, but Junk takes it in the end with more angels than the other player.
Faster angels, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. What would have happened if Sam would have had the mana to play 2 angels in the same turn?
I would have cried. I think first off.
4 Prime Speakers and 3 Sphinxes Revelations. He didn't see a single one. Cyclonic Rift. That's an interesting piece of tech that we haven't seen for a while.
You just get stuck with these fighters and then no lands.
Mm-hmm. Garuk also didn't do a whole lot there.
Pretty much just took it.
Yep. 3 mana Garuk Relentless. He's a fog. Partial fog. He still took 1 damage that turn. Alright, well I think that's all we got for you this match. We'll be back with round 5, which will, as tradition goes, will be the championship match. Players numbers 1 and 2 in the standings, battling for first place. See you later.